Hello and welcome. This is the Midday News. The transformational PNG LNG project has brought in 26.3 billion kina in economic benefits to Papua New Guinea since the export of the first gas in 2014. Prime Minister James Marape made this announcement at the Hilton Hotel in Port Moresby while addressing a dinner commemorating the 10th anniversary of the PNG LNG project.
Marape has thanked the project developer ExxonMobil for having faith in PNG since 2008 when it started work on the project up to the export of the first gas in 2014 up until today. He also appreciated all joint venture partners, including Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, Santos Limited, Zex Nippon Oil and Gas Exploration Company, and Mineral Resources Development Company. Marape thanked all landowners for allowing the project to proceed and acknowledged leaders, including the late former Prime Minister Sir Michael Somare and the late Ella Governor Anderson Agiru for their vision and foresight. The total value of economic benefits to the country since first production started 10 years ago is 26.3 billion kina. This includes 1.3 billion kina for landowner royalties, 1.26 billion kina in development levies, 2% equity for landowners, plus distribution to Mineral Resources Development Company of 1.9 billion kina, 9.6 billion kina to Kumul Petroleum Holdings for 16.5% equity, and total tax of 12 billion kina. 1,069 cargoes have been exported since 2014. Freddie Mo, TVWan News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape has urged PNG LNG project landowners from upstream petroleum development license areas to organize themselves to benefit from over 1 billion kina sitting idle in the trust accounts for several years. He said landowners' direct loyalty and equity set entitlements from what was signed in the Umbrella Benefits Sharing Agreement in Kokopo and split by percentage at all the landowners-based benefits sharing agreements need the help to be released for their use. He clarified that this fund is now over 1 billion kina, which is sitting in accounts held by both government and Mineral Resources Development Company at Bank South Pacific and Central Bank. While Warrior District in Morobe Province is launching a number of projects today at the Wow Field, including the 2 million kina Kindy Road groundbreaking and a new district ambulance, 3 LLG vehicles, a truck for Grace Memorial Secondary School and a 4-in-1 double staff house for the secondary school. While primary school is getting a 4-in-1 double classroom as well, while IT equipment will be given to the Bulolo Technical College. Kumul Bloss Pays Soccer and Rugby Tournament will be launched today as well. To kickstart the activities, local artist TVWan got to entertaining those who turned up early. In regional news, Joe Biden has pulled out of the race for re-election to allow someone else to stand as the Democrats' candidate for U.S. president, just 4 weeks before the party's national convention, where he was set to be confirmed as its candidate. Mr. Biden has urged Democrats to back Vice President Kamala Harris instead. The president, who is isolating at the Bilware Beach home after a COVID diagnosis, announced the news in a letter posted to social media. Biden had been under sustained pressure from within his own party since his disastrous performance in the June 27th presidential debate against Republicans candidate Donald Trump. Now estimated that 8.5 billion computers worldwide were disabled by Friday's IT outage. The federal government says that while systems are coming back online, there may be tilting issues in affected sectors over the next week. International travellers, including some Australians, are still feeling the fallout with delays in flights home.
A holiday to Japan has turned into an extended stay for Australian Leon Wilson.
We were supposed to fly out on Friday night, yeah, we've been stuck for the last few days.
He and his partner will have to wait until Tuesday for a 16-hour non-direct flight home. They're not alone. The ABC's aware of Australians in Bali and the US in similar situations.
It's a bit of a pain, but, you know, this is the world we live in, I guess. Technology rules, right?
Jetstar alone had to cancel more than 150 flights on Friday night. While systems are coming back online, the fallout from the global IT outage is expected to continue for days to come. Airlines, banks, supermarkets and media outlets were all impacted when major cybersecurity company CrowdStrike issued an update that crashed connected Windows systems.
Was that a mistake by CrowdStrike, a one-off human error? Or is there a more systemic process issue that needs to be addressed in the way these updates are pushed out?
For those who took a hit, compensation may be hard to come by.
It goes back to the issue of what contractual arrangements are in place with different suppliers.
The federal government held another meeting of its national coordination mechanism where it says CrowdStrike confirmed it's close to rolling out an automatic fix to the issue, which should speed up systems coming back online. Microsoft says it estimates 8.5 million devices were affected, which it says is less than 1% of all Windows machines.
While those numbers might not seem significant on face value, what we always think about here is the impact that the disruption to those systems will have.
Industry is calling for a full government review into system vulnerabilities, warning things would have been a lot worse if a nefarious player was involved.
As governments grapple with housing crisis, tens of thousands of homes across New South Wales sit empty. Many of these ghost homes occupy prime real estate, but incenting owners to rent them out is proving to be challenging.
A city crying out for more homes, these stand vacant. A Vaucluse mansion gathering cobwebs, an abandoned 5-dock home opposite a metro station. The latest data reveals more than 43,000 homes in the state are inactive. Almost 24,000 are in Greater Sydney. The suburbs with the most, Millers Point with 355, Haymarket with 345 and Mascot with 327. Real estate insiders say there are many reasons landlords choose not to rent their properties.
It can be the case that the property is too expensive to bring up to the requisite standard. Others may choose to simply land bank. Others have difficulty in getting the necessary improvements through council.
This waterfront Dolls Point home is vacant because the owner had a falling out with his builder.
Last time it was lived in was about 2014. They started their renovation, disputes occurred. Now with weather damage, ceilings have fallen in, lift shafts have been rusted out, cables falling about. A perfectly brand new kitchen has completely rusted out and it's unlivable.
We tracked down the owners of a handful of empty Sydney homes to ask them why they're not being rented out. Some were mortgage-free or required repairs. Others were awaiting development consent.
Holiday homes are also restricting the rental market. On this street in Sandringham, residents say at least half the homes are not lived in full-time.
The New South Wales Government is considering a vacancy tax as part of a review of short-term rentals.
There is a strong case for a vacancy tax because we use our housing stock in a very inefficient way.
Now, taxing people with vacant properties, it might look politically attractive in the short term, but it's most certainly not going to solve the problem.
Victoria already has a vacancy tax for inner Melbourne homes. It will roll out statewide from 2025.
Back home in sports, Lay NRL Bid Academy team pulled off an unlikely comeback win to defeat POM NCD Academy in the PNG NRL Bid National Schools Rugby League Championship Grand Final at the National Sports Institute in Goroka yesterday. In the men's Under-19 Championship, Lay defeated POM NCD 26 points to 14 to register as the inaugural NRL Bid National Schools champions. While in the women's Under-19 Grand Final, POM NCD defeated Goroka Academy. The young talents put on impressive performances. In the end, there could only be one winner for the girls and for the boys. Prime Minister James Marape graced the closing ceremony of the PNG NRL Bid National Schools Rugby League Championship and congratulated the winners.
In relation to the eventual winner of the boys Under-19, the team from Lay, Wapa country, Asa Sumba, congratulations, Libloga. And Orlando Mosby from the big city, you came up, but one has to win, one has to come short. At the end of the day, all of you won, Rugby League won, good sportsmanship won. I was totally impressed. When boys and girls, after the final whistle is blown, you all came together in good spirit, hugged, prayed, laughed, cheered, and congratulated each other. What a wonderful reflection of how sports can change and shape character for the better. I am totally impressed. Makes me want to invest more in sports and in education. Congratulations to all.
Thanks for your company. Join us at 6 for more.